Hello everyone, Tom here, aka Nostradamus. It's Sunday, June 3rd. The futures market's going to open in about 8 minutes. I am starting the stream a bit early. I want to go into my predictions for 2021. Hello everyone, how are you doing? I did these predictions yesterday, but I rethought through some of them and I kind of want to redo it. So anyway, here we go. Here are my predictions for the year 2021. Tesla will announce that they are buying Bitcoin with their treasury. Yes, a lot of people are kind of coming up with this expectation. I'm no different. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't already started doing that. The institutional, and when it comes to Bitcoin, the institutional and retail FOMO will be off the charts this year. I am expecting Bitcoin to easily hit 100 grand. I know that is not as flashy as a lot of the 200,000, 300,000, 500,000 predictions out there. I'm not taking those off the table, but it should be a very rocky ride. I think 100 grand's easy, and I do think a lot more is capable of happening when it comes to Bitcoin. And those 300 to 500 aren't out of the question. No, you're starting to get in like crazy territory. I do think Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin next year. You're going to see a lot of institutions getting into into Ethereum. You're going to see a lot of retail. I mean, Ethereum is going to become the new Bitcoin. There's going to be a lot of reasons for this. There's new institutional vehicles and ETFs and futures in the work. Institutions will start piling into this. Retail will start piling into this like crazy. For one reason is the price of Ethereum is a lot less, and the mentality will be, well, if Bitcoin did this, Ethereum can do it, and it's a lot easier for a lower priced Ethereum to multiply. I think 5 grand is easily reasonable for Ethereum in 2021. I'm seriously considering whether or not I want to invest the bulk in Ethereum or Bitcoin right now. And I'm starting to lean towards pumping a lot more into Ethereum because I'm coming extremely bullish on that. Going further into DeFi, I do think the DeFi tokens and the altcoins are going to have a tremendous year, but there's a lot going on and a lot of people might get their face ripped off. There's a lot of people that are going to discover what margin is, what futures is, and they're going to have a really rough time. Anyway, I do think DeFi and a lot of the altcoins are going to have a tremendous alt season that everyone talks about. I will be dabbling my hand in some of these, and the ones I'm looking heavily at, I should say, is Polkadot, Cardano, VeChain, Theta, XLM, Spark, and even XRP. I really like XRP and what they have to offer, but when it comes to all these, we have to worry, and we have to see what shakes out with the government and the SEC. I do think there's going to be tremendous opportunity when it comes to XRP. Continuing with my predictions next, EV stocks will continue to have a tremendous year. I have price predictions of Tesla easily going over 1,000. I'm very, very big on Tesla. I'm very, very big also on NIO. NIO just had some really good numbers come out. I do think it should get a nice pump tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. I've had a price prediction on NIO of being $80 to $120 next year. I'm sticking to that, and I think it should be within reason for it to be well north of 100. One thing you have to worry about, the biggest with NIO, is they love to do stock offerings, and they will continue to do that as the stock goes up. Let's go to the stock market in general. I do think the stock market is going to have at least a really good beginning of 2021 just because of the stimulus. We have to really watch whether or not a third stimulus is going to be announced and or additional money is going to come when Biden takes over. That's going to be really interesting. Pay attention to the VIX. If the VIX starts creeping up when the stock market's going up, that's going to be really scary. And I do have some concerns that we could see some rockiness. We definitely could see some volatility as the year passes on. And depending on how all this shakes out, I think it's just a matter of time. If there's a third stimulus, it will be extended. But eventually, I think we're going to have to pay the piper, and the stock market could see a decent pullback maybe coming into 2022 or 2023. As early as 2021, towards the middle of the end, depending how all this shakes out. I know that's pretty broad, but all I'm saying is just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on stimulus, keep an eye on volatility. Hedge with gold, hedge with silver. I'm actually a lot more bullish silver right now than I am gold. And hedge, in my opinion, with cryptocurrency. I'm extremely bullish on cryptocurrency. I'm a stock, options, and futures trader getting heavily into cryptocurrency. I trade what's in play, and I look to make money off that. Though I do have some core positions that I plan on holding long term, such as Tesla and NIO. Another prediction I have is nothing, too crazy. GNOG stocks are going to really start coming into the limelight. There might be a huge, it's already kind of starting, even with like BNGO, as recent that a viewer brought to me, then I did buy 100 shares of that. But GNOG stocks are going to be in play this year. There's a huge opportunity to make money there, and I will likely be playing a lot of puts and put credit spreads with these GNOG stocks. My last and final prediction is sports wagering is going to be ballistically crazy next year. We're going to see a lot start happening as more and more states start accepting iGaming and sports wagering. It's going to be crazy, and I'm expecting that even Tastyworks, the broker that I prefer the most, is going to offer sports wagering on their platform and possibly even political gambling. Are you kidding me? What? Anyway, let's get into the stream. All right, so obviously the big news this weekend has been Bitcoin, like it has been for a while. Ethereum is popping like crazy today. Ethereum blew through 900. A lot of people were expecting it to hit 1,000. As the night wears on, it still could. I think there's a really good chance. Bitcoin and Ethereum have tend to start pumping at night and overnight. I have to assume, because of Asia. Anyway, there's been quite a lot of price action too. Bitcoin went over 34,000 yesterday, pulled back roughly 10%, all the way back down to 30,000. Pumped back up over to 34,000 early Pacific time, early in the morning. Has some pretty decent sized pullbacks, and now it's kind of hovering between 33,000 and 34,000. I do have a Bitcoin future on. This is 5-to-1 leverage Bitcoin. Should have a nice little profit and loss open when the market opens in right now. Hey, what's your guess? NASDAQ up? NASDAQ is up. The E-mini S&P is only up a point. NASDAQ being up 12 points is basically flat. I am probably looking to put some stuff on. Man, gold's already up 15 points. I kind of wanted to go long. Maybe some mini gold, but not when it's already up 15 points. My Bitcoin future, that has not opened yet. I don't know how long that takes to open. Let's take a look. Is there the VIX? All right, so gold is continuing to pump. Maybe I should have bought it 4 points ago, man. It is moving fast. Natural gas is up a bit. NASDAQ's pulling back a little. Man, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to put something on in the NASDAQ, just mostly because I'm a degenerate. And then that way I can watch my two favorite channels tonight, the Bitcoin chart, the Ethereum chart, we'll say 3, and the NASDAQ chart. Wonder what's going on with that Bitcoin. I thought that opened right at 3 o'clock. Yeah, so tomorrow, let's talk about NIO. Some really good news came out with NIO over the weekend. They smashed the delivery report. I think they were expected to deliver around 6,700 cars. Before I get too deep into this, let me make sure I say the good old bad news for everyone. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please seek a financial advisor before you make any decisions when it comes to money. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Again, NIO, they had really good deliveries. They smashed deliveries. They smashed them for the year. Their profit year over year was up like, I don't know, 110, 120%. It's really good. really bullish. On Friday, I already had 1,000 shares in NEO. I was already crazy out of control on NEO. I did add 500 shares. Wanted to help a viewer out. He had some 49 calls, so I threw 500 shares on the board. I knew it was just going to be a swing trade. I am looking to get a nice pump now going into NEO day. Probably take about 1,000 shares off before NEO day. Excuse me, I'm not saying the stock, I'm just protecting myself against the buy the rumor, sell the news type of situation. That being said, NEO could have a really good continuation depending on what comes out through NEO day. I do have a 45 put on. I may do some more plays, especially in my small account. Take a look at my small account. Oh, the Bitcoin future is open. That's rough, man. Up 20,000. I mean, I shouldn't brag too much. It won't take much for Bitcoin to dump and me to be down 50,000. That is an extremely risky play. A lot of people this year, unfortunately, are going to learn what margin is, what margin trading is, what leverage trading is as cryptocurrency becomes more into the limelight. You're going to watch these crypto channels on YouTube. I'm warning you now. I know it's not going to do you any good because if you're anything like me, you assume that you're smarter than me because I assumed I was smarter than everyone when I was younger. Anyway, all these channels are going to glorify, there's some responsible ones out there that might tell you not to do it. I am telling you not to leverage in a cryptocurrency. You're most likely going to get your face ripped off. Do not try and day trade or swing trade cryptocurrency. You're going to get destroyed with fees and you're going to likely make a lot of bad decisions and lose money. I'm just telling you, trying to scalp futures is a really tough ball game. Look at me. I wanted to go long the NASDAQ. It was up 15 points. It's only been 4 minutes and now it's down 10. So that is how hard it is. I'm actually tempted to short a future just as a hedge, short a mini NASDAQ or two just as a hedge, but I'm probably just not going to play it. Probably just going to enjoy watching Bitcoin as it moves and go from there. All right, here we are taking a look at my small account. I started this in October 1st with about 2,500. Put in $250 a month. I have not put in my $250 for December or January. I do need to catch up. I'll probably do that sometime this month. Tastyworks, as I mentioned numerous times, is bringing a crypto exchange online. It's expected to come on at the end of next week. I'm really hoping for that. If that's the case, the money that I'll be putting into this account will immediately be going to buy probably Ethereum, all Ethereum. I might buy a little Bitcoin. Again, like even $100 of Bitcoin, if I think Bitcoin's going 100,000, I mean, that's a 3x on your money, and it could go a lot more. I'm just beginning to be a bit more bullish on Ethereum right now. I do think Ethereum is going to have an amazing 2021. The pump's just starting on that, though, you got to be careful. A lot of people will tell you to dollar cost average it into it. I'm much more of a lump sum kind of guy. Get your conviction straight and just put it all into what you think your highest convictions are. It's extremely difficult buying Bitcoin and Ethereum right now after they've pumped. I mean, Bitcoin is pumping at all-time highs right now. It is extremely difficult to buy into something like that. But I think the Bitcoin price is still extremely low for what it should be valued at. Ethereum has so many different uses. I do think it is going to be seen as a store of value, plus of all the other utilities it has. Again, they're bringing on ETFs and futures, and institutions will start piling into this like they have Bitcoin. And for that's a big reason why I think Ethereum is going to have an amazing 2021. And again, the retail, I don't even know, like that's a good question. I'm pretty sure you can buy Ethereum on PayPal. You can definitely buy it on Robinhood. I'm not sure if you can buy it on the Cash App yet. I think Apple will add cryptocurrency. I should have put this in my prediction. Apple will add cryptocurrency to their Apple Wallet. Look, all these companies just want to make money off you with the fees for buying it. But I still think Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these altcoins is going to reshape how we do finance into the future. This is just the beginning. You're still early. If you're here for stocks, options, and futures, I highly recommend, even though I'm not an advisor, this is what I'm doing. Diversify into cryptocurrency and start learning the game, because it is going to become an amazing vehicle. It's in play. You want to play stuff that's highly liquid and in play, and this stuff is becoming some of the most liquid stuff on the planet. Looking at my small account again, I'm very bullish on NEO tomorrow. It's kind of why I thought the NASDAQ might be green going into this open. NEO has really good numbers. Tesla had good news. Well, it's interesting to see how the market will take it tomorrow. It's a pretty mixed bag. I mean, they pretty much hit their numbers, but they missed 500,000 by like 450 or something, 450. So who knows how the market's going to take that. My guess is with the stimulus and everything, the market's going to be rocking. Tesla, I mean, it's hard to say. Tesla might be flat, might be up a little, might be down a little. I'm not expecting big movement in Tesla, but based on the NEO numbers that came out, I'm thinking that one could be crazy. You might even see a nice pump into the opening on NEO because all these new Robinhood traders, and if you're a new Robinhood trader, please don't be offended. I was a noob trader at once. I'm still a noob trader. The stock market is constantly teaching me lessons. But a lot of you are probably going to put in market orders for the open, and it's going to just drive the price limit, not limit, just market. Like buy 10 shares in NEO at the market. So this is some advice. Don't do that. Anyway, maybe put in a limit order, or if you don't care, don't care. But Robinhood will put in a bunch of market orders, and these orders just stack up and they just fill, and it keeps driving the price up. So that's a good thing to kind of look out for stuff in play, see if you can kind of find patterns and etc. and kind of feed off and play off that. I already have a put credit spread in my small account. I must have put that on Friday, 12/31, yeah. So tomorrow, the 4th, is the first day of trading in 2021. It is going to be interesting. The NASDAQ's pretty much flat. Gold's still up about 18 points. How's silver doing? Do I not have silver in my watch? Yeah, I do. Silver's up about 30 cents. No, I take that back. 45 cents. NASDAQ's green again. Should I put it? You know what? Degenerate alert. I am bullish on tomorrow's open. So let's put a trade on. I'm not doing it in Tesla. MNQ, so this is a mini NASDAQ. This is the equivalent of going long 80 shares of QQQ. See what you talked me into? I'm already down $2. Anyway, we're going to let that run. Just doing it because don't have a good reason, honestly. Anything, if I had any common sense, I would have shorted it, but I'm bullish right now. What am I supposed to do? I'm not sure who came in and dropped likes. I greatly appreciate that. Talk to me. What are you guys up to? What are your predictions for Bitcoin in 2021? Post in the chat or post in the comment section below. What are your predictions for the stock market? I am extremely bullish. I do think there will be a chatter, and I do think we will get a third stimulus. I've already mentioned this. I think that's going to be extremely bullish for the stock market. There was a minute there, not too long ago, I was pretty bearish on precious metals, gold and silver, but I started rethinking that, and now I'm starting to become extremely bullish in gold and silver. I definitely think having those on as a hedge is a really good idea along with cryptocurrency. I do have a link down to BlockFi down below. Check it out. It is an amazing way to buy the crypto version of gold. It's gold backed, so whatever gold does, the PAXG in that does, and you can earn 5% interest on that, which is insane. So I wish they had silver because I'm more bullish silver. Anyway, yeah, you can buy gold in there, get 5% interest. It's really good. I've done a video on that. Excuse me, check that out. Ooh, excuse me. That LaCroix is catching up. Ethereum, you can do Ethereum. I think you can get 5% on your Ethereum. You can get 6% on your Bitcoin, up to 2.5 Bitcoins. You can buy Bitcoin over there and get interest. I do it. I love it. I currently have 0.13 Bitcoin over there, and I continue to add money and I continue to get interest in Bitcoin. I love it. You can do the same with Ethereum. I should probably start pumping more into Ethereum, but I am trying to get to that magical 0.28 level in Bitcoin. When Tastyworks gets their exchange online for crypto, I'm hoping it's this week. I'm still trying to debate. I'm probably just going to get one Bitcoin, put the rest in Ethereum, and I'm going to do that. I have a decent cash size position over here, but I have to take a bunch out to pay taxes. First world problems. I'll be selling probably 1,000 shares of NEO to help finance cryptocurrency. Got 500 shares of Mara on. I have been told by a viewer, the more Bitcoin goes up, the more like Mara and Riot will go up at a greater clip. That may or may not be true. I don't know. This is really my first year getting heavy into crypto. It's been on my radar. In 2017, it was too speculative for me. So, and it's, you know, honestly, that's another reason why this year is going to be amazing for crypto. As many as you know, I am a network system and cloud engineer, and I have had a lot of run-ins with people, businesses getting cryptoed and having to pay Bitcoin to get their files back because they did a piss poor job of having backups and their backups didn't save them. So they had to do it with crypto. And back in 2017, man, it was a huge pain in the butt. You had to do it with like these decentralized, there was no Coinbase. Getting a Bitcoin, it was basically you had to go find the other buyer and get that. And it was a major pain in the butt. Now, like, dude, you can buy Bitcoin and Ethereum so easy. And so retailers are going to FOMO like that into crazy, especially these. I do know of one person that's already got their stimulus check, but those things are going to start hitting bank accounts like crazy this week. And we all know what happened the last time. Apparently everyone went out, bought TVs and put it into Robinhood and YOLO'd on Tesla calls. So this time around, they're going to be YOLOing on that Bitcoin. They're going to be YOLOing on the Ethereum. Some of you crazy fools out there are going to be finding out how to get on to some of these exchanges through VPNs and how to YOLO leveraged Bitcoin and Ethereum. Telling you right now, go ahead and bookmark this channel if you're one of those people that go out there and leverage trade and try and day trade crypto. Come back and tell me how right I was when you get your face melted off. Looks like Bitcoin's having a nice little pump again. It was around the 33,000. It looks like it's back up to about 33.5. I don't know if the futures market open had anything to do with that. See how my NASDAQ's doing. My NASDAQ's basically flat. And NASDAQ play probably won't do anything for a while, and then all of a sudden some kind of news will come out and it'll drive it down 100 points or it'll drive it up 100 points. It's whatever at this point. I've already started. The first official trading day, stock market trading day, opens tomorrow. And I'm already up $22,350 before that even happens. Again, Tom, Watch your flexing, watch your bragging. You have a crazy, crazy Bitcoin leveraged future on that you just told everyone else not to do. Guys and gals, please, seriously don't. I knew what I was doing. My plan is to buy Bitcoin. I don't have that option right now in Tastyworks. Instead, I know the risk I have on. If Bitcoin crashes $10,000, that's $50,000 in loss, and this $22,000 profit and loss will quickly become a $30,000 loss. That being said, I put this future on at 21,000, so that's when my break even is. So Bitcoin has to fall below roughly 21,000 before I start losing money on the trade. There's a bit of a tax predicament that I wouldn't really care for. I mean, I've already locked in the gains for 2021. Now I got to pay the taxes. So if this were to happen, now I have a tax loss situation, which you can only take $3,000. So really kind of babysitting this. I was extremely nervous having this on over the New Year's long New Year's break, but I kept it on. It worked out. It's up about 4,000 or AKA 20,000 leveraged. It's working out. It is a bit rough. I'm not sleeping as good as I would like, but you know how that goes. All right, so this was a pretty boring opening except for that Bitcoin, watching that Bitcoin come up. The NASDAQ, I'm going to probably keep that on overnight. Though if it starts crashing and I'm watching, whatever television show I'm watching later, which is probably going to be the Bitcoin chart. And I noticed the NASDAQ is dropping. I might take it off. I'm just taking it off. It's just a very small play. Sometimes I put these on just to be in play. As it is lately, I mean, you go long the NASDAQ and it's hard to lose, right? That thing, I mean, let's take a look at the chart. How many down days does that thing have? That's the daily, so the thing hardly sees a down tick. It sees one every now and then, but when it does, that's just when you get a couple big long red candles, you just yellow long again, right? And just because of the stimulus check, I'm expecting this first quarter to be really bullish. If they come out, and I mean, Biden's already talked about like more money to come. I'm sure a lot of that's going to happen. I'm sure a lot of that's going to continue to prop this market up, which I think is extremely overvalued in my opinion. I think this could see a good 30% pullback. I think that would be good for the market, though I don't think anyone out there is going to agree with me. Stocks only go up, right? Taking a look at this portfolio, I have so SPACs, I didn't put that in my prediction, but SPACs already had a crazy 2020. They are all the rage. They are the hot dish, and there's just gonna be a tremendous amount of those coming in 2021. I highly recommend. I trade SPACs because they're in play. I like to do options plays. I like to do like momentum buys. And lately I've been doing warrants. The warrants have worked out really well. You can see I have BFT warrants. Those are up. How many of those did I buy? I think 500. I'm actually bullish BFD, PaySafe, or whatever the hell it's called. Short to midterm, just because they have a huge total addressable market. That market is exploding. Though I'm much more bullish Square. BFT is supposed to be the next Square. I've said it numerous times. You just buy Square. BNGO, brought to me by a viewer. This one started blowing up on Friday. That's not a SPAC. I'm just talking about it. So far I've made lunch money on that. That's great. I'll probably keep that on. It's just a cheap penny stock. That thing blows up, albeit, again, like I said, genome stocks or genomic, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. That's going to have a really big year. They are going to be the next EV, what EV was in 2020, most likely. I mean, genome stocks, robotic stocks, AI stocks will start seeing a lot of big pushes again. I think NNDM, I do have that on. 3D printers are going to be really exciting. I've actually been getting some videos on my feed about 3D house printing, man. I think could be some amazing opportunities in the future. I think that stuff is amazing, and we need to start doing a lot more of that instead of cutting down trees, me personally. So I would like to see more coming that way. I would also, and I'm expecting, so it's my understanding that they extended the solar tax rebate. I think it's 26%. I'm kind of expecting a lot of incentives to continue with Biden when it comes to solar. I'm really hoping they add an incentive for battery storage like the Tesla solar power walls. I think that would be a very, very strong, I think that'd be a very good thing just for us as a society. And it would also be good, I mean, just for, for the market in general. I think a lot of people would go out there and get those solar power walls. I actually want to get one. I've done a bid, and that's one of the reasons why I really like Tesla. I have gone to the Tesla solar page and gotten a bid for Tesla solar and the power walls, and it recommends, I don't know, I think the 8,002 solar walls, but I think I pumped that up to the 12,000 just to be safe, though I think it's probably overkill. And it would probably incentivize me to do more mining than the small Ethereum mining. Let me bring that up real quick. I'm just doing this as some fun. I have been mining Ethereum. I think I've mined like $10 in Ethereum the last 3 days. Anyway, it's dirty because I'm wasting power and that bugs me. Anyway, so back to Tesla and solar. I think there's a very good chance we could see some bills come out, and if that happens, that would definitely make Tesla stock move. I do have 100 shares of Tesla. I've been going, and I also have 100 shares of Tesla in my IRA. Very, very long-term hold for me. I love this stuff, though I've been debating on whether or not I want to give up half those shares to put it into cryptocurrency, because I think there's going to be such a tremendous amount of opportunity in cryptocurrency this year. I think it's going to be the best trade on the board. Mentioned numerous times, I think cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even some of the altcoins, the ones I mentioned before, ADA, Cardano, XLM Stellar, Polkadot. There's a few others. I think there's going to be tremendous opportunity possibly in XRP. We just have to really see what happens with regulation on that. There's a lot of cool stuff with DeFi, decentralized apps, and all the different smart contracts and loans and liquidity pools and proof of stake and all this stuff that I find extremely exciting. And again, there's going to be so much opportunity. But when it comes to those altcoins, you got to be safe. I will be investing in those. I do plan on making a video on some of the best coin exchanges. I have accounts in several of them. I'm still waiting on Binance. That one's the most frustrating because I think I'm going to like that one a lot because it has more variety, though I'm expecting all of them to kind of catch up with that going forward. They're taking up to 7 business days just to verify my identity, where Coinbase and the others did it in like minutes, really. I really like Gemini. I've mentioned BlockFi before. Gemini and BlockFi are both the Winklevoss twins. It's insured. You can transfer money back and forth between them a lot. I don't know. I can't remember if you could stake anything on those or not. You definitely can on Kraken. The one thing I didn't like about, I don't want to give away the whole video. Like I haven't even started. There's so much. It doesn't matter. Kraken was annoying because they don't have an easy way to get money over there. So as far as I know, especially in the United States, I have to do a wire transfer. Man, first of all, those things are expensive and you have to go into a bank. I'm not looking to get coronavirus and die just so I can transfer some money to Kraken. I mean, what's going on, Kraken? Where are you located? Why can't I connect a bank account to you? Because they do have some awesome, interesting options for staking, etc. Check out my links down below. Coinbase is really cool because they have their own wallet, though I assume all of those will come with that. Coinbase support sucks. It's awful. And their exchange has had some issues with it going down. So be leery of that. But Coinbase has some other really cool stuff, and they have a learn program. I've already learned, I'm like for free. I haven't put anything in my Coinbase account, and I have like $40 in coins over there. You can immediately cash out. Pretty cool. You just watch videos, answer a quiz. Honestly, you don't even have to watch the video. You just guess on the quiz till you get it right. I recommend watching the video because you learn from it. I watched them and I learned a lot. I don't remember much, but I learned. All right, it looks like the Bitcoin price is a moving. We're at 33.5. I think there's a very good chance we hit 35,000 overnight. Because Bitcoin blew through that 30,000. 30,000 was a very big mental level, supposedly. Man, we blew through that, right? So now 30,000 is kind of support, if you ask me. Blew through 30,000, blew through 31,000. 32,000 is looking pretty supportish too as of late. I think this thing could stair step up to 40,000, 50,000 plus quick. I don't know when that pullback's coming. Everyone, like these pullbacks in Bitcoin in the past have been vicious. And a lot of people are talking about all the past history, a lot of people, and I just don't know that the same thing's in play this time. Well, how long the bull run lasts, when the alt season starts, man, it's a different ball game this time. Again, before in the past, the institutional buying wasn't there. As far as I know, there was no real institutional buying with Ethereum. That's changing with Ethereum. You're going to see a lot new vehicles when it comes to both in the way of futures. Tastyworks is bringing on their small exchange. I love the small exchange. They have a bunch of different small micro futures that you can trade. They're a very efficient use of capital. I will be doing much more trading with those over time. Again, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, comment down below what you like about this, what you dislike about it. My goal in 2021 is to do a lot of market open live streams. I do have a real job, but I want to trade the market open, whether it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, just hang out, just chat, answer questions. Some of them may go long, but I'll be trading a ton of options, a ton of option spreads, a ton of different option strategies. Trading the micro futures, trading cryptocurrency on Tastyworks and other platforms such as Gemini, Binance, Coinbase, right? Trying to figure out and learn that market. The fees are the big thing when it comes to that, in my opinion. That's why the HODL model is the best model, in my opinion. Figure out what you want to buy. For me, again, I don't know how much of my portfolio is going to be stocks versus cryptocurrency right now. I do want to kind of have cash ready for any big pullbacks, but it's so tough because everything's ripping right now. And I kind of like, I'm pretty deep in with all my cash reserves, kind of. Again, I'm taking a bunch of NEO off the board and a few other things. So I'm going to free up some cash. It's just a matter of how I utilize that. Should see a lot of that start happening this week, depending on how that exchange comes online with Tastyworks, depending on the price action of NEO this week. When I take that off, I think NEO has a really good shot of hitting $60, which is a pretty big move going into NEO day. But those numbers, man, those numbers were very, very good numbers on NEO with the deliveries. I think that thing is going to just fly out of a cannon tomorrow. And the FOMO and MOMO going into NEO day is going to be crazy. I'm definitely going to want to lock in some profits on that, though. Of those 500 shares I bought last week to help the viewer out, I mean, I'm kidding. 500 shares isn't going to drive the price of NEO up. They have over 1 billion shares, right? I did sell covered calls on those at $55. For those 500 shares, the profit's capped at $55 minus the credit received. So it puts that at about 57. If NEO hits about $57 on those shares, that's pretty much capped. Those do expire January 15th, right after, a few days after NEO day. But I'll be looking to take about 1,000 shares, maybe more of NEO off going into the future. I'm extremely bullish NEO, but you know, at the end of the day, I am trying to be a bit more diverse with my portfolio. So I'm okay with just 100 or 200 shares of NEO on my big account. I do have 100 shares of NEO in my IRA. I have no plans of getting rid of that. I have 100 shares of Tesla in my IRA. No plans of getting rid of that. Let's take a look at the IRA really quick. Another great reason for Tastyworks, you can trade in your IRA, all the different option strategies, all the different futures. They are the one that paved the way for doing naked calls in your IRA, though I definitely do not recommend you do that unless you really know what you're doing. I forgot I had 100 shares of NNDM over here. XPong probably come off the board. I don't remember. I have $10,000 in cash over here, so I will be. So when the coin exchange comes online, you will not be able to trade cryptocurrency in the beginning. But that is something that should come in the future. I'm really excited about that. As I mentioned, the small exchange, they have a few products like the SM75, the precious metals, the small technology. They have a bond one. They have a small crypto future bucket up for approval in the SEC. That's expected to come sometime late Q1. There should be no reason why I can't trade that in my IRA. Plus, you know, there's a few different ETFs and etc. coming out. So I do want to have some capital available in my IRA to get into cryptocurrency. I don't know, maybe, yeah, so I'm not going to get too much further into that. Anyway, let's wrap this up. Let's take a quick look at the market, see how they're doing. Bitcoin's still doing really good. My NASDAQ trades down a little. Gold, man, Tom, why didn't you buy that gold when it was 15, up only 15? You know, I've become very bullish on gold, much more so on silver. Silver's up another 17 cents since I said that. These are the futures though. So personally, the futures, there's the SLV ETF, the gold ETF. Those are pretty good vehicles for trading gold and silver if you like. If you want to buy gold, again, check out my BlockFi link down below. I think that's one of the best ways to do it with the crypto version of it, and you can earn 5% interest on it. I mean, those are some insane rates. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I will be back tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. PST to do the market open, do some live trading, question and answers for anyone that comes in around. Love you guys all, and peace.